back to my channel, and if you're new, hi, my name is Alexis Jayda and welcome. In today's story time and makeup, I will be playing with the new ColourPop collection with Twilight. This video is not sponsored, but ColourPop, if you ever want to, Twilight. Let me know right now if you are team Edward or Jacob. I'll give you a minute. Let me know down below, Edward or Jacob. Now, if you did not say Jacob, get the fuck out. Just kidding, kidding. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. That's all I'm gonna say. With this collection, I'm just gonna tell you right now from the get, this is gonna probably be something that they extend on because there ain't no way in hell of it that they forgot Jacob on here, okay? Like, look how beautiful the palette is. Oof, look at the colors. Jacob's name's not on here. He's on the lip oil, but not on here. I need another part 2 where it's just Jacob's, since this was pretty much just all Edward. Welcome back. If you are new here, hi, my name is Alexis Jayda and I do story times on my life experiences, all that good stuff. Today's notification shout out goes to Angie. Thank you so much for all your love and support. I love you so much. I appreciate all of your guys' comments, your guys' love. It seriously means the world to me. If you guys want to be part of the notification squad, all you have to do is just like the video, hit subscribe, leave a comment, and if you want to be notified, all you have to do is just hit the bell down below, and when I post a new video, you will be notified. All right, you guys, sit back, relax. Let's get into today's story time. Let's begin. All right, loves, we are gonna jump right into the story time. Let me just give you a quick little recap. Every time I think of Twilight, it always reminds me of the ha 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 ha. I don't know why. All right, so where we left off in the previous story time, I meet up with my mom. Me and my mom are gonna hang out, spend some time together. I'm gonna see my brothers, all of that good stuff. I'm excited to see them. You guys, if you guys don't know, I am extremely close with my siblings. They are everything to me. And so when I get to see them, I'm like really, really excited, you know, really happy, all that. My mom has an attitude from the get, because my mom always has an attitude when my stepdad is involved, because she always feels like she is walking on eggshells with him, and then she feels like, oh, I'm walking on eggshells with Jade. And it's just a whole thing. Instead of her keeping that energy with him, she keeps it with me. So we kind of get into it. I tell her that I don't like her because I'm just so mad about the whole situation. I don't want him in the situation at all. She tries to tell me like it's a lot easier said than done. I'm already like over the like I don't give a damn. During this time that we're arguing, Mr. Peach writes me and he lets me know we're good to go tomorrow. We're good to go. And I'm like, okay, cool. So instead of pedaling back, arguing with my musha, I'm like full force and, you know, saying like mean things to her, both of us. She tells me, oh, so you hate me? You hate me? Bet. And she pulls up to kid jail. And with this kid jail, you could just drop your kids off when they acting up. It's kind of like, you know, scared straight. Kind of. It's like a little taste of juvie, but not all the way of like a juvie experience, okay? The experience that I had versus what my brother had, completely different, okay? They took his little to the movies. They took him to freaking Fat Cats. They took him to like have fun. Not with me, okay? I didn't get that experience that he got. She's fine with me, I'm fine with her, and I hide my phone. My hand always gets stuck. I hide my phone underneath the seat because I already have a feeling either I'm getting locked up or I'm running. I'm booking it, you know? So I put my phone underneath the seat and my mom's like yelling at me, tells me to get out. I get out. She's like in my face. My mom would always get in my face like gangsta. Like she scared me. Like no one could get in my face like my mom. I think that's why like it was really hard to get intimidated sometimes by like girls who wanted to fight me, because I'm like, there's nothing that you can do or say that like my mom has not done or said. Okay, ain't nobody can hurt my feelings like my mom. Ain't nobody can hurt my feelings like her. Throws me back in the car because my grandma calls her and my grandma are arguing. My mom's pretty much yelling like I can't, because I'm pretty sure my grandma's telling her like, what are you doing, blah 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 blah, and my mom's like, I can't. I swear my grandma would call sometimes at the perfect times. Like, I don't know if like she felt something in the air and she was like, I gotta call her. I don't know what the hell it was, but I swear my grandma would call at like the best times. So she's arguing with her. I'm like contemplating like, do I run or not? My brothers were like, get out, because like anytime like I was around during these times, it would be I'm either fighting with my mom or I'm either fighting with their dad. So it always seemed like I was the one who was the issue. And I could totally understand it from the point of view as children, you know, and it like made me sad when they would tell me like, get out, leave, because like I loved them so freaking much. And it would just really irk me where I'd be like, that's the wrong thing to say, but I'm gonna let it slide because you don't know no better, you know? But anyways, so open the door and I book it. And now we're caught up. I just run. Okay, I run, and I am like almost towards like the end of like the street of like where this big ass place is at, right? And all I hear is my mom just screaming like a wild banshee on the top of her lungs to get the F back. And I turn around and I see that this lady is out there with my mom. I don't know, my mom went and got her. I don't know where we were fighting and people could see us, that they came out. I don't know. But I just remember seeing the lady and she's like, it always was so hard for me to, how do I say it? It's like the whole like, I would get like so defensive because I understood like people take their kids here because like they're listening, they're sneaking out, like they're crazy, blah blah blah. But I was just like, my case is not the same, and I didn't like how they treated every case the same as like, this is a badass kid. Like they weren't open to hearing, you know, the situation or like what was going on. They were just like, oh, this is a badass kid who's not listening to their mom. So from the get, they're automatically labeling me as a problem child. And I could not stand that because I was like, that's not fair. That's not fair. So I get annoyed because... What's up, mama?
I wanna go now.
No, I don't think we can go. I don't think you can go right now. And I even got more annoyed with this freaking, I still remember, okay, her hair was slicked back. She had a long ass ponytail, and she had a freaking earring right here, okay, and then her freaking lengua was pierced, her tongue, okay, and she had tattoos, and she like, you could just tell like homegirl thought she was like chingona as fuck. Okay, I could not stand her. Some people love what they do, and some people are just like, it's just a job. Like I don't care. And like the way she would talk about like the kids and stuff, it just like didn't sit right with me. And then like just like staring at her, looking at her from afar, whatever. So still remember how she looked, the faces, everything, a sweater underneath and a jacket on top, baggy ass clothes, and her shoes were all red, like bright ass red. That's how I knew when that bitch was coming. Bright ass red, and she was all, now, get back right now, like that. And I just kept like, I was at the corner, my arms folded, like, no. And she's like, get back right now, like that. And it just made me so mad because little Lex did not want to walk back. Okay, I did not want to walk back because I was like, you got me so but a part of me was like, you have to respect them because they might be like an authority. I don't know, but I was so livid just how she kept like talking to me. My mom was just like nodding her head, and I'm just like, damn, like you this is crazy. And the other part was like, Jade, just run. Even if you have to go on the run and you get in trouble, everything, it doesn't matter. I was just to that point where I was just like, I don't care about nobody care about me. Why should I care about them? Why should I spare everyone's feelings even to this day? And no one cares about me. No one cares like, oh, that might be offensive, she might take it. Nope. Because I'm too nice. I mean, I'm always sugarcoating everything, always making sure that like I dress it up pretty so I don't want to hurt your feelings, but no one dresses it up pretty for me. Nadie. It made me so mad. So I was gonna like walk again. Okay, I was gonna like start running. So I was gonna start, and she's like, don't even think about it. I was pissed. I was pissed. And so I look at my mom and I was like, really? Really? She's like, don't talk to her. I was like, bitch, I can talk to my mom if I fucking want to. Because who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you? Like, you're nobody. You're just someone who was just in the fucking facility and decided to come out. Okay? So my mom's like, just come back here now and we'll talk about it if you're going to stay or not. Just come back. And I'm like, no, I don't trust you. I don't believe you. And then homegirl, we'll call her Barry. Okay? Barry was like, don't talk to your mom like that. Girl, you better not talk to your mom like that in front of me. I was like, bitch, shut the up. Because it was so irritating where it was just like, you don't even know. You don't even know. And you want to sit here and try to discipline. Mind your business. Like, it just pisses me off so much where it's just like, you just came out here being a gangster as fuck. Like, shut up. Like, shut up, please. I don't even like it when people try to interfere when I'm parenting my own kids, okay? I don't care if they're like acting up in public and I'm like trying to like, okay, and they want to, don't insert yourself. This is my child. Shut up. No, I don't, no. Do you know what I mean? It makes me like super hate it at times how I get like that, but like it just makes me really mad when people just want to like get crazy because they're like, oh, I know how kids are. Okay, but not every situation is the same. You know how stupid that is to try to address every situation the same? It's dumb. Like, it's so dumb. So I walk back and my mom's like, just come back, we'll just talk about it. Like, now she's trying to calm me down because my mom sees how like pissed off I am, and I'm like, I don't give a fuck. So like my mom's now seeing like, oh shit, like Jade is pissed. Like, okay. She's like, come back, Mihai, we'll talk. Like now, so she's like, and I don't understand that. I don't understand like why I always have to get to like a level like 1000D for my mom to be like, oh, she's mad. Like, why can't you just take it for what I say the first time of like, no, I'm mad. Why do I have to show how mad I am? Like, why do I have to like stir everything and be disrespectful with my mouth and be nasty for her to be like, you know what I mean? And that goes like for my siblings too. Like, I be telling them too, like, no, like, I'm not joking. And they'll be like, ha, you're mad. And then I start saying some disrespect and they're just like, it wasn't even all that serious. Oh, now it's not that serious? Now, okay. But when I told you, like, back then, you didn't want to believe me. So I start walking back, and Barry wants to go, yeah, that's what I thought. That's what oh, and so, like, when she started doing I just stopped right in my tracks. I was like, she's like, girl, knock it off. Walk back. I was like, shut the up. Shut up. Like, I was so mad because it was just like, you're irking me. If I was on the cliff right now, I would have jumped because you're irking me. Like, just the way she thought she was doing something, but she was not. She was just like making the situation worse. She was adding more liquid to the fire, and I was so irritated because, like, I'm pretty sure this is not in your job description. Like, I'm pretty sure. Like, when someone steals at Walmart and they want to go out of their way to talk, it's not in your job description to be doing all of that. No one told you to do all that. What is the need? Oh, because, like, that's not, what is the need? I don't understand. Like, I don't get it. Mind your business. Keep walking. Because I know you don't get a bonus when you go out of your way like that. I know you don't get extra. Only thing you're going to get probably is brownie points, and you probably will get fired. It is not that serious. So I'm just like pissed off because she keeps making me like walk back because like the way, and I feel like the way she was acting was like not okay. Not professional at all. She was like swearing and cussing at me. I was too. At the end of the day, I was a child. She was a grown-ass adult. Not the same. And she was just irritating me so much. Like, it was just so much. And what really set me off even more is when she's like, little girl, don't make me go and get you. And I was like, I really wish you would. Like, come and get me. I really wish you would. Like, I was so mad. And my mom was like, Alexis Jayda, get over here right now. And I was like, tell her something. Tell her something. I'm pretty sure this is not professional. Tell her something. The girl starts laughing and she goes, I'm going to go and smoke the cigarette. And when I'm done, you better be inside. Like, I don't know what. And my mom even looked at her. She's like, I got it from here. And I was like, you see what you do? You see what you do? Like, so I'm like, now I'm yelling at my mom. And Barry goes and takes her freaking cigarette, little break, whatever. And I'm like so mad because I'm like, she is doing the most. Like, if my mom leaves me here, Barry has it out for me, because obviously Barry doesn't even want to understand the situation, and she is just judging from the jump, okay? And I am so infuriated, because who the are you, Barry? Huh? Like, who are you? And then come to find out the piece she really was. Gross. I could not stand her. Like, she really got off on being a bitch. Like, could not stand her at all. Like, it was just, and for what? So I finally walk over to my mom. We're sitting by the car, and she's like telling me like she doesn't understand why I get so mad. And at this point I was like so infuriated, because I used to get so annoyed like why my mom would do this. Like, why are you now wanting to talk to me in a calm tone and like hear me out when you had me go all the way to 11D? Like, why? Like, I don't understand. Like, why couldn't you? Like, why? And it just sucked, because like anytime my mom knew like I had plans, because like we had talked about like, oh, I'm gonna do this with the peaches and stuff. We had like, anytime she got any sort of like anything that she could use, she would like try to have me on my tippy toes. And like, it really aggravated me. It doesn't matter what it was. Oh, I'm gonna be going to the library, and like they're gonna have a class, and I'm gonna be able to participate. Boom, I was on my tippy toes. And then it always felt like I had to be guarded, or I couldn't tell her plans, even though anytime I would see her, I'd want to tell her everything, because she was my everything, and I wanted to just spill into her and let her know everything. But it kind of sucked knowing that like I just couldn't. Like I couldn't with her, and it made me so angry. So she's like telling me that she doesn't know what to do with me, that I can't just be going, and the way I talk to her isn't okay. And then I have to like tell myself, like train myself to like, don't react like that, like explain to her why this. But like the thing is, like, she already knows why I don't want to. Sorry y'all, I was super into the story. Why I don't want to go home, and why I don't want to go with her, and why I don't like her. The situation about my stepdad, I feel like we have talked about it so freaking much, and it was so annoying to the point where it's like the story is not going to change. Unfortunately, it's going to be the exact same events, the exact same things, and I still feel the same. It doesn't matter how many times we talk about it, I am still going to be disgusted by this person. I am still going to get upset when you bring him up in conversation. I am still going to get upset when he does something right and you want to brag about it. I am still going to get upset when he is brought up. Period. What he did was not okay. And it feels like my grandma tolerated a lot of BS in her life. It was looked at as like, oh my gosh, she's so strong, she's a real one, she held on. No, I don't want those kind of cookies. I don't want those kind of like, oh, good job. No, I don't want any of that, even though that's what I did with the ex. But I did not want any of that when it came to my stepdad. I didn't want any of like, oh, thank you for keeping the family together. No, because I was damned if I did, and if I was damned if I didn't. Treated like shit even though I was like around. Treated like shit even when I wasn't. Like, it was just, the situation makes me so upset, because they can be disgusted when they hear about a story that has happened to somebody else and feel for somebody else. But when the call comes from inside the house, they don't want to pick up. And I just don't understand that. I never could. And it's just really hard, even when we hear like, oh, this, this happened. Oh, that's not fair. And it's just like, shut the fuck up, you hypocrite. What is wrong with you? Like, oh my gosh, that is insane. I just don't understand it. So, in the best way that I possibly can, I am trying to explain to her that I don't want to do it. I'm sorry, that I just don't think it's fair. I don't like her. That sets her off again. And I'm like, I'm sorry if it makes you mad, but I don't feel like you care. I don't. And so she starts throwing her arms up. How don't I? And I'm like, explain to her X, Y, and Z. This, Y, this. And she's like, it's so complicated, you will never understand. And I'm like, okay, like, I don't know. Okay. And she's like, and the only reason why you're talking to me calm is because you want to go over there. I don't even know why you want to go. So she is getting upset that I'm talking calm. Again, damned if I do and damned if I don't. Like, it's just so hard. I don't know how to navigate conversations with her sometimes because it was just eggshells all the time. She could take it this way, she could take it that way. And even when it's just like I had nothing to gain out of an argument at times, because I have something to gain this time, right? I want to go to the Peaches. But there'd be times where I had nothing to gain out of it. It was still an argument. I just don't know what to do. I just don't know what to do. You have no idea. He tells me shit, then you tell me shit, and then your grandma's telling me shit. And I said, okay, but the only one who should matter is me, right? And she, I was like, no, like for real, like at the end of the day, like I'm your firstborn, like, and I'm like trying to like, you know, and she's, you just, it's so hard, you don't even understand it, you want to play that game with me. And it was like, it was going nowhere. It was going nowhere. And I felt like I was running out of the time because I could still hear Barry going, where she was like huffing. And I just felt like on edge, like, oh, this bitch is gonna come and I'm gonna get so mad. Like, oh my God. And my mom's like, I just think that you need to be somewhere where you can like be in your own thoughts. And I was like, are you serious? Like, why do I have to be left somewhere with strangers to be in my thoughts? Like, why can't I be over there in my thoughts? And she's like, And it was really hard because I was like, she really thinks that she's right now. Like what she's saying, like she really, really, really believes it. And it just like made me so upset because I'm like, I don't feel like I'm wrong. Like I don't feel like I am wrong, or I don't feel like I did enough. Oh, hey, baby. Did you sleep good? So I feel like super on edge talking to her because I feel like Barry's going to be in our conversation and be like, done, go inside. Or, you know, I just don't know. And I just feel like on edge. And I don't feel like my mom has my back. I always feel like she's quick to let other people like parent me, you know? And I'm just like getting annoyed, and I feel like our conversation's running out. Like I feel like I'm running out of time. I'm like running out of like trying to convince her to see my side. Like I just feel like it's not getting across like how I need it to. It's so annoying. So again, my mom was like, I don't know, Jay, you just don't understand. I feel like you're just saying whatever just to shut me up so you can just do whatever you want. And I'm like, it's not like that. Like I'm trying to explain it to you. So I'm getting annoyed. I'm getting agitated because I'm like, you know why we're fighting, right? Like we're fighting because we are talking about that piece of shit. No, it's much more than that. And I'm like, we're fighting, and I'm like having to, you know, raise my voice. Not having to, but I raise my voice because I'm like, the only reason why we're fighting is because we're talking about him, and I'm telling you how you're making me feel. It honestly just felt like she was just trying to find an excuse to put me away. Like it honestly just felt like she was trying to break me into seeing it her way, and that's it. It felt like she was trying to do like what my grandma has done with her, which is just tear her down and then build her back up to see it her way. And it was just so crazy because when my mom wasn't involved with him, she could see everything. She could be like, oh my God, now I understand. And it just made me so mad how it was always on whatever she was on, you know? If she was on the, she was good. She just didn't like me. Like she had people around that I just didn't like, whether that be girls I didn't talk to, boys I didn't like, and then the stepdad. Like she just did not like me. I don't care what she says. That's just it. What you're showing me is what it is. Like if that's what you're showing me, then that's what it is. Point, period, blank. That's just what it is. You could tell me, oh, I love you, da, 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 da. But if you're showing me that you don't love me and that you don't like me, then I'm not going to take what you say. I'm going to take your actions over what your mouth is saying. So I end up getting just super annoyed with the conversation. And as I can hear Barry walking behind me, I'm like, I'm done. Like, I'm done. I don't even care anymore. Like, I'm done. My mom gets aggravated and is like, you see, I don't even care. I'm done. Like, I don't even do what you're gonna do. I don't even care. Like, I'm done. Barry's ass tries to like put her hand on my elbow, and I'm like, don't touch me. She's like, little girl, you were so lucky you didn't hit me. I would have pressed charge. I said, don't touch me. Like, get somebody else to come out here and get me, or I can walk in there, but don't touch me. Don't touch me. I don't feel comfortable with you. You make me feel uncomfortable. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. She's like, and go like this, and she like walkie-talkie someone out. My mom is like, you do this to yourself. I said, no, you did this. I don't want to be here. Either take me home or leave me here. But like, I don't want to be here, and you don't want to understand me. You want to put me away so that you can go back to home with him. And oh my god. So she's like pissed off at me. Barry is like, stop talking. And I was like, shut the up, dude. Like, shut the up. Like, I was so mad at her. So of course, we'll name Tom. When Tom walks out, okay, some buff ass güerito comes out, and he was like, whoa. Of course, when he comes out, he sees that I'm very hostile because I'm pissed. Because I'm pissed that Barry is not learning her place of like, stay professional, bitch. Stay professional. Especially because she can hear the conversations that me and my mom are having. She can hear that I don't want to go home because he is a P word. She can hear. Like, I'm not just saying it. You can hear. Okay, you can hear. So he comes out. He's like, whoa, what's going on? Barry goes, this little girl. I said, shut up. Like, stop calling me that. Like, stop calling me that. So he says, sweetie, are you okay? Like, he starts talking to me like in a calmer voice, and I'm like, yeah, like, I just want to, like, if she's gonna take me, who's she? And I was like, my mom. Like, if she wants to leave me in here, can you take me inside? Like, I don't want to be here. And Barry makes me feel very uncomfortable. He goes, okay, let's go inside. He starts to walk me inside, and I make sure to like keep telling him like, I don't like her. Like, she makes me feel very uncomfortable. She doesn't know the situation. He's like, okay. And I'm like explaining to him that she wants to talk to me like this, and the way she grabbed me is not okay. I am not under arrest. There's no reason for her to be grabbing me. Like, this isn't even juvie. Like, I don't know why she's touching me like that. Barry is now inside with us along with my mom. She keeps saying, with that attitude, you are gonna end up in juvie. With that kind of like, bitch, like, oh my god, like, I did something to her. Like, I stir this bitch up. Like, I bet you anything that we were like both on the outs, she would have tried to get crazy with me. Like, that's the type of person like she was. And even later on, when she ran in the same group as my cousin, I could not stand her because that bitch was just all talk. And she really thought she was doing something when she'd be like, yeah, like, I've done it. Bitch, shut the fuck up. The only reason why you work where you are because you want to bully the kids. Because when you were probably in school, you got fucking bullied. And now that you get to do the bullying, you think you're chingona, and you're not. That's pathetic. Like, it really makes me mad where like, just because someone didn't help you, that doesn't mean you go around and find someone that you can pick on, and knowing that like, they don't have no one to help them, so like, you get the satisfaction out of it. That is disgusting. Just because someone called you ugly does not mean you go to the next person and you're like, you're ugly. Just because someone called you ugly, that is not okay. An eye for an eye will make the world go blind. And it makes me so mad where it's like, that's like the like, I could not understand her. Like, her energy just made me go and like I could not stand it. And I was right about that bitch. I was right, because when we were in the same circles, like, as she was running with my cousin, just like hearing her talk, like, she really thought she was something. She really thought she was hard. And then when she finally got knocked on her ass, real quiet, just made her asshole real tight. Like, what happened? Like, what happened? No que this, no que that, What happened? But she is, because she thought she was all big and bad. And then someone finally got tired of it and just, and I do get it. Some kids are little buttholes, okay? And it's like, why? And they just, they don't care. They don't care about no one's feelings, and they're just like, and they just, are mean. Some have reasons, some don't. But like, don't get into this field and think like, I'm not saying you gotta be kiss ass, I'm not saying, but there is a way to approach a child, okay? There's a way. And like, trying to like scream in my face, like, that is not gonna do nothing, okay? Like, you think you're doing something, but you're not. There are so many women when I was in juvie who like did their job correctly, who were stern with me, but actually saw me for a human and didn't take the opportunity to be like, oh, like, you know what I mean? Like, it just irks me. And when I ran into them, like, in the real world, it wasn't on, like, can't stand this bitch. Oh, it was like, oh, hi, Alexis, so glad you're doing good. It was that, you know? Because anytime, like, I see Barry here out in the bouts, like, I just can't. Like, it literally just gave me, like, bully mentality. Like, that was it. That is like bully vibes. Because like the girls that we were like in that little facility with, and like they had a little attitude and they weren't scared of her, real kiss ass this bitch was. Real kiss ass. And it like makes me so mad, because it was just like, I thought grown-ups were supposed to know better, and it's like, it sucks because some grown-ups are just monsters, and it's just like, damn. And I did something to the aura. Like I irritated their soul because I wouldn't shut the fuck up. And we all know Alexis does not like to shut the fuck up. Like, her piercing on her eyebrow barely had any carne holding onto it. I just wanted to flip that bitch off. Like, so fucking bad, where I'm like, I bet you if I just like poof, it's gone. Tom is talking to me like, okay, what's the situation? What's going on? And I tell him, my mom is trying to get rid of me because she wants to have a life with my stepdad, and I don't want to be around my stepdad because he did X, Y, and Z to me. His eyes go, like, it's really like, my mom, Alexisjayda, and she's like, we're here because of her attitude, my living situation right now. So my mom grabs me close and like whispers in my ear, like, be careful what I say because this can blow back on me, right? I'm like, why? Like, that's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. Like, I am so mad because I'm like, so you want me to be put in here, but you don't want me to say nothing about why. So you want them to treat me like shit because they think that I'm a fucking wild ass kid wilding out, but you don't want to tell them why. That is insane to me. Like, that's not cool. Like, that is not okay. It's not like if I was going in there because like, oh, she's such a bad kid, she doesn't listen to me, she has attitude. Like, you're putting me away for selfish reasons. Like, that's what it is. But you just don't want to hear it because when you hear it out loud, it sounds disgusting, because it is disgusting. So Tom is like, okay, where's your stepdad right now? And you could just see my mom was just like sweating bullets, and I'm like, at this address, this is when he did. So I'm like, you know, filling out everything. Barry walks away, and I keep telling him, like, if I have to stay here, I don't want to be around her. Like, I don't want to be around her. She's very unprofessional. He's like smiling, like, okay, you know, she means well. I'm like, I don't care what she means. I don't care what, I don't want it to mean anything. Like, I want her to stay away from me. Like, I don't like her. Like, not professional at all. My mom chimes in and she's like, it's because she you know, she just gets so upset, and I where it's just like, damn, like, just okay. Oh, and I was like, wow. I was like, I can't stand you. He then tells me like to just not talk to my mom anymore, that they're just gonna get me booked and to go into this room. So they put you in like a little, like a closet kind of room where like only 2 people can sit, and the lights on, and tells me to sit in there and they're gonna fill out paperwork. I'm just like freaking out because I'm like, I did nothing wrong. Like, why am I in here? Like, why? Like, honestly, like, why? I just don't get it. Like, because like I told her I didn't like her. Like, I could see if I was like being like, oh, I was just like trying to replay everything backwards. Like, okay, Lex, like, where, at what point was it like, yeah, like, that's not okay. Like, you crossed the line. Like, that's a bit, y'all. I was just like, is this for real happening right now? Like, I was really hoping that she was gonna open the door and be like, come on, let's go. And me be like, oh, thank you. You came to your senses or something, you know what I mean? I was really hoping that she was gonna open the door and it was gonna be like good. Okay, when I tell you, Lex broke. Like, being in that small room, I was just like, she's gonna say she's just joking. Like, she's just gonna say she's just joking. Like, this went too far. Like, it's fine, we can get past this. And I waited and I waited and I waited, and I was like, nah, she's gonna come get me. When Tom finally came back and got me, he had paper and he was like, all right, let's go. I look out and I'm like, she's gone? And he's like, yeah, she left like 20 minutes ago. Ooh, I was just like so confused because why? It's like you really like tried to really make a point, like why? So I'm still like, he's gonna say psych, like he's gonna say psych, and I'm like still looking over, and he's like, she's not there, and he's like trying to like, I'm like, I look over at Barry, and she's like, so he's like, this way. He takes me to the room, has to put in the code, and as he's walking me there, I keep thinking this whole time my mom's gonna jump out and like start laughing and say like, no, que no. I keep thinking like it's gonna happen, like chill out, Lex, she didn't leave you, it's okay, it's fine. And like part of me was like trying to like justify her leaving me, because I was like, no, I was disrespectful, so if you are here, Jade, like for real, it's okay, because like you went overboard, like it's fine. And I just kept thinking like, she's hiding, she's gonna leave me here for a couple of hours, like if anything, like it's fine. Once he buzzed me in, Barry goes, she's not gonna jump out or anything, like you're going in, like. And I just like looked at her, I was like, bitch, I wish I could just. And so I just looked at her and I was like, okay, like, because I felt stupid, where it's like, you got me there. I felt dumb, where it's like, you really thought, you really thought. How embarrassing. I don't know if like my mom like thought about like all like the damage like this was doing to me, and like, oh, the kind of like feeling that it gives you, like even as an adult, where it's like, I would always like wonder like why I would freak out at times, like when me and my husband or like me and my friends would like go to the store and I would lose them. I would like panic a little bit, because I'd be like, they left me, I can't find them, oh my god, you know. And like one time I was like crying to my husband, and he was like, babe, you could just call me, like why are you so scared? And like I could never really like understand that, like why even as an adult I would be like scared, you know, because like I was supposed to go over to my mom's and like hang out with like my siblings and stuff, and then it just came to like this, you know. Or like when I was like with my mom one time, and we were with my friend, and we went to church. She left me at the church. I mean, my friend had to walk. Or like when I would go to the mall with my mom, and she had to go run an errand, and she would just leave us there. Or like one time when she took me and my brothers to her friend's house, and then she just left me there. Or like all the times where she would just like, I was like scared to go to sleep, because when I wake up she wouldn't be there. I don't think like she really understood like the pain that it was gonna put on someone later on, you know. I hope that she thinks that like it would be like a, oh, like they'll get over it, you know. Knowing that she wasn't gonna come get me like really burned my ass, because I just kept thinking like, but you're going back home to who? To who? Who are you going back home to? It just really had long-term effects, because I don't feel like any of it was justified. And it just felt confusing, where it put it in me always to be on guard, because like even on like, it was just supposed to be a normal day, and then this happened. It made me start to feel like, when is the other shoe gonna drop? It always made me feel like, don't get comfortable. So Tom takes me back. I walk past like the living room area. The kids are watching TV. He puts me in a room, and I am just like, so I ask him like, how long am I gonna be here? And he goes, I don't know. She didn't say, I don't know. Calls are at this time. Maybe you can talk to her there if she decides to call. And I'm like, can I call her? He's like, no, she has to call you. Okay, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? So I'm just like in my room, sitting there with the sheet, and I'm like, trying so hard to pinpoint what the f did I do to deserve this, where I'm just like, I really thought, like, why did you walk back? Why did you walk back? Why did you walk back? So I have a temper tantrum. Is that how you say it? I start hitting myself. I start hitting anything. And I'm just pissed. Because I'm just like trying to, like, I don't know, get my heart pumping again. Because I feel like it went cold. Like, I was just so mad. I was pulling my hair. I just remember one of the girls coming in and trying to, like, calm me down and talk to me. And I'm just bawling. Okay? I am just like, no. Like, this is not fair. And I'm, like, screaming. I went on a minute beating myself up. I myself up. I was so mad. So the lady comes in, she's like talking to me, like, talk to me. And I eventually just stop. And I just tell her, like, get out. I don't want to talk to anybody. Like, get out. Get the f out. Like, even though she was trying to talk to me and she was like coming at me correct, I was like, get the f out. Because I was just like, I'm done. Like, I just can't. I stay in there. I don't even know what time it is. They don't tell you the time. Nothing. Like, you're just in there. Someone comes to the door. They ask me if I'm gonna come out for dinner. And I'm like, nope. Well, you have to. And I was like, then why the f did you ask me? So I'm just like, attitude, right? She starts to laugh and she's like, okay, well, come out here. So I sit out there away from the group. Everyone's looking at me like, this bitch is psycho. She was hating herself. Now, I couldn't have a bunkie because I was considered, like, you know, hostile or whatever. I don't care. I'd rather have not had a bunkie because I don't trust nobody. Okay? Like, no. I don't want to have a bunkie. I don't want to share secrets. I don't give a about your secret. I don't care about your story. Leave me the alone. So I'm just sitting there and everyone's just like, you know, talking amongst themselves and they're like, hey. And I'm like, I know they ain't talking to me. Like, I know they ain't talking to me. One of the kids, we'll name him Sergio, is like, hey, like trying so hard to get my attention. And I'm like, what? Like, mad as hell. Sorry. That's how he does that, okay? Everyone starts laughing and they're like, dude, she hella scared me. So they all start laughing. I'm like labeled as like the crazy girl and everyone's laughing. Barry comes around and she asks me like, how come I'm not eating anything? I don't respond to her because bitch, don't fucking talk to me. She asks me again and she's like, why aren't you eating? I don't answer her. One of the other girls, we'll call her I was like, I already asked her, she's not feeling too well. Barry goes, I want to hear her say it. And then I just look at her because I'm like, okay, this bitch is on a power trip. And I was like, I'm not hungry. I ate before I came. She's like, that's all you had to say. And I'm just like, okay. I could not stand her. She was so annoying. And her coworkers couldn't stand her either. They got real quiet when she came around. And she would just like include herself in conversations. Like when I had to wash the dishes and they would all be talking about something and then she's trying to share her story, they'd be like, because they know what to give a fuck, bitch. She made me so mad. So everyone's done eating and then they can watch a movie. Tom comes around and he says, since I haven't been there long enough, I haven't earned these privileges to sit out. I'm like, that's fine. I walk in because I'm like, I'm gonna cry in front of everybody right now. That's fine. So I go in there. The window, I can see the TV, but I just can't hear. So I'm like standing up, stretching, because I was like, if they tell me something, I'm gonna get mad. If they're like, you can't watch the movie or whatever the right? So I'm acting like I'm stretching, and sure enough, they're like, Alexis, you can't watch the movie. I was like, I'm stretching, as I'm like yelling at them in the window. Like, I was so mad. And they're like, okay, just making sure. I was like, The kids start laughing and they think it's like so funny. And I'm just like annoyed because I'm like, what the f is so funny, man? Like, y'all have no idea why I'm in here and it's not even my fault, you know? So it just sucked sitting in the room, hearing the other kids with the privileges laughing, having a grand old time, and I'm just there, and I'm like so confused because I honestly was like, what the f did I do? Like, I was just livid, y'all. I was just so mad, but I wasn't mad enough where I could like beat my ass again, so it just kind of sucked to sit there in my feelings. I just was just angry. I just didn't understand, and I was just like over it. So I'm just like laying there trying to get tired. One of the people come to the door and they ask me if I want to shower, and I'm like, do I have to? Like, I don't have clothes. And they're like, it's fine, we have clothes. Okay, I get out, going to go to the restroom to shower, and before I jump in the shower, they tell me that I have a phone call. I'm like, who is it? Who else would be calling, Jade? I don't know. It was just like a nervous thing. I just said it, didn't really think about it. They're like, it's your mom. Did you want to talk? And I'm like, no. So I go into the showers, and inside I wanted to run back and be like, I'm just kidding, let me talk to her. But I was like, no, like, she really thinks what she's doing is okay, and it's not, because I didn't do nothing wrong. You know how hard it is to fucking parent yourself like that? It's fucking hard, okay? It's really fucking hard. Like, I don't think anyone really understands how fucking hard it is to do that. So I'm in there taking a shower. I was over there trying to like burn my feelings off and taking my sweet old time, and I hear boop 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 that the water's gonna be shutting off soon. I was like, I still got shampoo in my hair. Not my problem. I'm like, what the? Because you could have said that before I got in here. And then it sucked because they would change the rules based on your attitude. So if they feel like you're gonna harm yourself in the shower, you would have shorter shower time. There was times where like my mom would like leave me there, and I could watch TV, no problem. I could do the outside activity. I could color. I could like whatever, you know? But it all depended on who was on shift and who wanted to enforce the rules and what they felt like, okay, like she needs this extra like discipline. It was never like this was like set in stone, this. So it was like, y'all could have told me I was gonna take a 2-minute shower. I didn't know, la 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 la. I'm all mad trying to rinse everything off. I still have like bubbles in my hair. I get out, I'm all mad. Everyone is in lockdown. So I come out in my towel, and because they were like, oh, we have to like search it, whatever, because like people could harm themselves, and I am labeled as hostile, whatever, and like it's something else, I can't remember the name. You're labeled as like pretty much like you're going to harm yourself, and then me beating my ass in the room didn't make it better. Holding the cobija, changing, I have my clothes on wet, so like a sensory issue I have, I don't like feeling certain like fabrics on me. I don't like feeling certain things. Like I just, it can ruin my whole mood. All right, so I'm feeling some type of way. They come, they retrieve the towel, because that is something you can harm yourself with. So I'm like, there's a towel. I asked them like, can I have pen and paper or a pencil and paper? They're like, nope, self-harm. And I'm like, I'm not trying to do that. And they're like looking at me like, because I just beat my ass, and I'm like, I'm just trying to write a letter to my mom. Like I need to get my thoughts out because I'm so used to journaling. And they're like, no, sorry, you have to earn those privileges. And I'm like, well, how fucking long am I gonna be here? Because the last time I had to earn the privileges, it took me a minute. I'm coming off very argumentative because I'm pissed. I'm like, I shouldn't be here. Like, this is not fair. They're like, lights out in 5, get ready, blah blah blah. I was like, my hair's still wet, I'm gonna get sick. No, you're not. Close the door. I'm like, so I'm just sitting there in the dark, and I'm like, I should have took that phone call, because what if I could have apologized better and she would have picked me up? Just what if, Jade? Just what if? I don't know how I fell asleep. I think I just fell asleep with exhaustion. Like, honestly, I was livid. Like, I don't even know how to explain it to y'all. Like, I kept trying to like understand why I was there. I was trying to like justify the reason me being there. Like, I really was. I was like, she did it because of this, or she did it because of this. Like, I was really trying to justify all of it. Like, I was like, it's not her fault. So the morning comes around, the intercom goes on, and it says like to be ready, breakfast, blah 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 blah. Okay, cool, whatever. I don't want to go to breakfast. I don't want to eat. I don't feel hungry. I don't come out. So Tom comes to the door. He's like, Alexis, you need to come out. You need to have breakfast. You can't starve yourself. And I'm like, that's a bit dramatic. I'm not starving myself. I'm just not hungry. There's some people who don't like eating breakfast. And he goes, you didn't have dinner. You need to have breakfast. You can't, you only can skip one. You can't skip. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, really, I don't want to hear all of that. Okay. He kind of just like, he just had like a whole dad vibe to him. Like he was probably like, okay. So I tell him like, can you get out? Because I need to change. What are you going to change, Jade? Nothing. Like they took away my shoelaces. Nothing. Like there's nothing that like I need to change. I just didn't want him in the room. I have to like get my mind ready, right? As I'm coming out, I see everyone like has their own little cliques. I'm not trying to click with anybody. I honestly don't click with anybody anyways, where I just feel like I come off very strong. It's very rare that I click with someone like that quickly. You know what I mean? Like it's just, I have a bitch face and it is very intimidating. I feel like my aura is very intimidating. I feel like when I walk in the room, I look mean, you know? So I sit at the table. Barry walks over and she's like, I know he told you that you had to eat. So get up and get something. I don't even acknowledge that she's talking. I'm like, so I get up and I go to like the line that they have. The ladies are so sweet. They ask me, what would I like? You have this option, that option. So I get like a small little like oatmeal thingy. I go and sit down. I kind of just like pick at it. I'm not really eating because who the fuck can eat at a time like this? I feel sick. Like I was just betrayed. I don't want to eat. Everyone's munching, having a great old time. That kid Sergio, he asks me if he could sit next to me. And I'm like, sure. He sits next to me. He goes, why are you in here? I tell him because my stepdad is a P and my mom rather stay with him. Oh, that's some heavy ass shit, man. I'm like, yep. Why are you here? He tells me that the foster parents that he had didn't want him anymore. So they dropped him off. And I was like, damn, that's some heavy ass. He goes, nope, yours is heavier because that's your mom. And we start laughing because I'm like, true that. He was like, your mom's supposed to have your back. I'm like, yup. So we're just like laughing because it was funny. So now since we're laughing, another girl comes. We'll call her Shelly. She comes over. She asks why I'm there. Same story, because that's what it is. Drop me off here because my stepdad is a P word and she chose him over me. The look on her face, priceless. She's like, no, seriously. I'm like, no, seriously. She's like, okay, well, when you want to tell us the real reason, I'll be here. I'm like, okay, well, it's not going to change because that is it. And she is just like, eh. Sometimes the truth just sounds crazy where it's just like, what? That's a nuts. Girl, you telling. Who you telling? So we get done eating and now we have to do chores. You can sweep. You can help with the dishes. You can throw out the garbage. Supervised, of course. And I just sweep. I take my sweet ass time sweeping too because I'm just like, I'm not trying to talk to anybody. I'm not trying to do any of that. Like, nope. After that, since I don't have privileges, I go straight back to the room. Straight back to timeout. And it is so boring because I'm just like in there not doing anything. Hearing them do their activities, all of that. Other kids are in timeout because either they just got there or they did something and they have to be in timeout. They better add more to this collection because I'm telling you right now, I wanted a gold highlight. So after a while, some time has passed. I comes to the room and she tells me that I have a phone call. I tell her like, do I have to answer it? Like, do I have to go on the phone? She goes, nope. But if you don't go, we have to report it. And I'm like, okay, what does that mean? She tells me that I'll have to talk to a therapist. I get up so quickly. I don't want to talk to a therapist because I don't want to tell yet another person what is going on and them not doing anything. That's how I felt, you know? I felt like, for what? For what? Even me telling you guys about what he is, what's at home, nothing is done. So I felt like since nothing is being done, why am I yet again going to waste my breath talking to someone for 30 minutes and nothing be done? Huh? It just didn't make sense to me. Oh, that's pretty. It just didn't make sense to me, and I did not want to waste my time. I was just like, no. So I got up, go to the phone, and instantly when I hear my mom's voice, like, it always just like tightens my heart. And I'm like, remember, Alexis, you gotta be mad. I'm like, hello? Attitude, right? She asks me, how's everything? How is it? How are you doing? And she kind of sounds a little concerned, you know? I'm like, good. So do you have anything to say? And I'm like what? Because honestly, I don't have nothing to apologize for. And I stood on that. Like, I have nothing to apologize for, like, at all. And I already know they can only keep me like a certain amount of time before like the state gets involved, or like my mom has to like pay each day for me to be there, all that, you know. And if she doesn't just come and get me, it's considered like abandonment and stuff. So I kind of like know, because like I listen, and my mom has told me as well. She like tells me like, is there anything you want to say? And I was like what? And she's like, you're still gonna keep? I was like, like, if she's saying stuff. And then I'm like, okay, love you, bye. I hang up on her. And she's still like cussing me out, right? I asks me like, oh, how'd it go? And I was like, and I'll go back to the room. I hear the phone ring, and I'm like, oh, she called them back. She's pissed. Like, this is gonna be worse, whatever. I come to the room, and she tells me that it's not okay for me just to hang up on my mom. That like, if I wanted to end the conversation, just to let them know, but I can't just hang up on my mom. I'm like, okay, is there anything you want to talk about? Do you want to talk to the therapist that they have there? And I tell her like bluntly, like, for what? You guys don't do anything. She tells me to give it a chance, and I'm like, no, like, I just get out. Get out. Like, I don't want it at all. Yeah, she does. Huh? I'm just like chilling in the room, boring. This whole time I'm like pissed off, because I'm like, the peaches are gonna just think I just flaked. My dumbass thinks that I can call them. So I ask, can I make a phone call? Yeah, of course. Just go to the front. So I go to the front, and I'm like sitting there like super nervous, because I'm like, how am I gonna do it? Who would you like to call? And I'm like, my mom. What's the number? And I'm like trying to remember their number, right? And I'm like looking constipated. She goes, oh, I'll look for you. Gets the number and is like, oh, this is the number. I'm like, I don't think that's the number. They're like, yeah, that's the number that's down here. And I'm like, I don't know. And she's like, well, let's try it. And if it's not it, we'll try the number. I'm like, so the lady puts in the number, she puts the phone to her ear, and I'm like, oh my God, okay. Why would I think that like they wouldn't test to see? I don't know, because I'm a child. So they ask like, oh, is this so-and-so? My mom's probably like, yes. And then they pass it to me. And inside, I'm like, oh my God, Alexis, you're so stupid. So I'm like really pissed, because I'm like, oh my God, you really thought. So she passes the phone to me, and I'm just like there for a minute, listening to my mom go, hello, hello, hello. Moi. She goes, Alexis? Like, if she's been looking for me for like ever. And I'm like, yeah, you called me. I need more clothes. And I just hang up. The lady at the desk is like looking at me, and I'm like, and I go back to the room. I am so mad. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. I'm annoyed that I am here. Like, for what? Like, for what? None of it is my fault. I'm just like, So I go back to my room, and I get called out. I like how it looks. How did you not think through that master plan? Like, what is wrong with you? Like, and if you did get a hold of them, what did you think they're gonna do? They're gonna come and save you? No. So I'm like just still like mad, sitting in there, and then they come to the door like, Alexis, like, can you come out here? I'm like, okay. So I go out there, and they tell me that they want me to talk to the therapist, and I tell like the lady who's like, I guess, in charge. I'm like, I don't want to. Like, I don't want to. Anytime I talk to you guys, it doesn't go anywhere. He's still at the house, because they could see like how it went, like how many times I've been there and stuff like that. And like my previous reports, nothing has happened. Like, it literally, like, what is it? Like, what for? So you guys can let the state know, like, we did try, we did attempt to talk to, like, what is it for? She kind of smirks at me. She tells me I got a smart mouth. And I'm like, I don't. I'm just tired of telling my story and you guys not doing anything. I tell her, like, I'm tired of telling you guys about what my stepdad is doing, and you guys don't do anything about it. She goes, I'm sorry, Alexis. let's see what we can do. And I'm like, I have a session with the therapist, talk to the therapist, and it literally is just like, it goes nowhere. It goes nowhere. Now, I don't want you to get discouraged of you telling people if you have been hurt, if someone is hurting you. Don't get discouraged. I'm just telling you guys my story. When I got older, I was able to tell my story and do what I needed to do and go through the proper channels to get that taken care of. Okay, I'm talking to him, he's asking me questions. It kind of just seems like, so your mom brought you here because why? And I could see how it would be hard. It would be very hard. Like, what mom does that? I was like, and we did this and we did that and we fought, and this is why, and this is why this and this and that. So my mom was telling them that the reason why she brought me was because of my attitude. I'm never home. I just want to come and go as I please, yada, yada, yada. And I'm pissed because I'm like, there's more to that story. There's more to it. There's more to it. So I finished talking with the counselor, therapist, whatever, and I get set back my merry way. Everyone's watching a movie again. I'm going to my room, and Tom and I tell me at the same time, like, Alexis, go ahead, sit down. You can watch the movie. I'm like, okay, great. It's like an old freaking movie, and we're just sitting there. We're just like watching it. Sergio and Shelly, that's what I named her, come over. They asked me like, oh, so like what happened? Like, you were gone. We thought like you were like gone. And I'm like, no. Like, oh, well, how did the therapy go? And I tell them like, well, yeah, I just told them. Shelly is still like in disbelief of like me. That's the reason why I'm there. She's just like, there's no way. There's no way. Sergio laughs and he's like, you'd be surprised. And it's just like, I wish I was that innocent where that wouldn't even be like a thought that could happen or an actual thing that could happen, So we get out, we get to play a little bit, go outside, basketball. They have fences and people have jumped and run away. If you leave this facility and you book it, you are now considered a runaway and you can get charged. And instead of going there, you go to juvie. When they walk us out, they tell us this. They always say it, just to give everyone fair warning. If you leave here, you take off running, if you hop the fence, you will get charged. And when you are found, you will go to juvie. Because they didn't strip us there. They didn't like any of that. When you go to juvie, bend over, cough, all that. Lift your goods up, all of that. They're like giving the whole speech. Why did I still think, do it? Do it. I'm sitting there, I'm on like the benches and stuff, and I'm like thinking about it. Shelly is telling me like, hey, let's play basketball. I'm not trying to form a friendship with Shelly because I'm like, I'm not gonna be here for long. I don't want to do this. Shelly was really nice, but I'm like, I was like, no, I'm good. I am just still staring at the fence that I think Barry could like feel that I was going to like hop the fence. She calls me over and she tells me like, what am I thinking? I'm like, nothing. She's like, why are you staring at the fence? And I'm like, because it has barbed wire. And I'm like so annoyed, like, don't talk to me. And she's like, yeah, so that you guys don't hop over the fence. You guys don't get any good ideas. We're trying to save you so that you guys don't go to juvie. And I'm like, okay. She gets all annoyed with me, and I could see how that would be annoying. Like, I'm doing it purposely. Like, I don't want to talk to you. You're annoying. Like, I don't want to talk to you. I don't have any problem with any of the other adults, even if they're like stern with me, because I asked them like, oh, what time is it? You don't need to know the time. You know what? You're 100% right. I don't need to know the time because I got nowhere to go. That, you know what I mean? I have no problem with being stern and talking to me, but like, there's just, don't be disrespectful. Even if I'm a child. Like, I am a child, but I am still a human. You don't gotta talk to me that way, like on some bully type. So she still keeps trying to talk to me, and I like flat out tell her, like, do I have to keep the conversation going with you? She is like flabbergasted, and she's like, you can go inside. I'm like, gladly. So as I'm walking inside, she's like, like, she is pissed that I don't want to talk to her. Like, I don't care. And as I am walking inside, I already know she's gonna come behind me and she's gonna tell me, you know what? Just go to your room. That's what she's gonna tell me. And sure enough, what does she say? You know what, Miss Reyes? go to your room. And I said, gladly. And I still walked to the room. Walked to the room. I stayed in there till lunch and dinner. Lunch and dinner came and went, and I'm still in there because now I have my privileges taken away. What haven't I got taken away at this point? It don't mean nothing. Whatever. So I'm just sitting there, and I'm like, okay, maybe if she calls, I'll talk to her. I'll let her know, hey, things kind of escalated. I don't want to be here no more. And this girl Barry gusted out for me. Like, I don't like her. So I'm just sitting there in the room still, just chilling. And then one of the employees comes to the door. She tells me, I have a visitor. And I'm like thinking in my head, like, a visitor? Bitch, like, we're going. Like, I'm leaving. I'm out this bitch. And I'm like, okay. Like, maybe I'm going to get able to go, you know? And I'm like, kind of a little excited, but I don't want to show a smile because I'm like, I got to act like I'm, you know. As I'm walking out, I'm getting kind of like goosebumps, you know. I'm kind of like, oh my God. Kind of nervousness because like it's still fresh and I still want to like fight with her. Like, I don't even know how to explain it to y'all. Like, I'm really mad. Like, I don't even know how to get it across how infuriated I still am. Okay, like the whole time I'm in there, like I'm plotting how I'm gonna get her back to feel how she made me feel. You know what I mean? So as I'm walking out, they have to put in the code, right? It feels like everything is taking forever. And I'm just like waiting, asking a couple questions. Like, so like, how have you been so far? Has the staff been treating you nicely? Yeah, no one cares. No one cares. Just get me out there. Get me out there. So as I'm walking out, I see Tommy. And I'm going to leave it there, you guys. I love you guys so much. Besos a todos. And I'll see you guys soon. The collection. I feel like there has to be a part 2. Because the lip oils aren't going to be enough. We need some lip stains, okay? It could be a black lip stain and it could be a red lip stain. Even though in a pink one, make it a little like something. You know what I mean? We need some eyeliners, not liquid eyeliners. We need some gel eyeliners. We need some gold highlighters. Beautiful. Especially on the skin. We sipping on like some gold in there. You know what I'm saying? Liquid lipsticks. Red for sure. And we can even do like a nudish pink. Super cute. And I'm going to need you guys to do Jacob in there. All right? Like for real. Jacob, Jasper. This collection can keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Especially because I feel like so much can be added onto it. But overall, what do you guys think of the look? Hope you guys enjoyed. And I'll see you guys very, very soon. Let's begin. Chica,